A big development in the Ayodhya case. And let's get in the first response from BJP MP Dr. Subramanian Swamy, who's live with us here on the broadcast. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us on Republic. Could we be looking at a resolution by the end of this year to this dispute, sir?
No, it should be there before November 17th because the Chief Justice retires on that day. And if he retires, then he can't sit on the bench. And if he doesn't sit in the bench can't continue. A new bench has to be constituted. So we have to start all over again. So what it means when he said that by 18th finish all the arguments is that the court wants to give a judgment before the Chief Justice retires. So I think it's a very good development because it is a matter which will also suit the Muslim population, because the Muslim leaders told me when earlier on the Chief Justice had asked me to find out about mediation before the committee was set up. The Muslim leaders said it will be very difficult to come to an amicable settlement because we will be accused of having taken money from the Hindus. This is what they explicitly said. I said it in court also. So they wanted the court to decide. And I got then the date fixed for hearing, which had not been, no date had been given from 2010 when the Allahabad High Court had decided till 2017 when my petition was filed, and on that basis the date was fixed. So today the issue is very clear. Can the Muslim parties or the Sunni Waqf board, to be exact, claim that they have a right superior to the Hindus when they claim they want to worship Ram in that spot? Well, their claim is only one, that the land belongs to us and therefore we have a proprietary right to it. But that's an ordinary right. What we Hindus are saying is that our fundamental right under Article 25 gives us the right to pray where faith tells us Ram was born. So the matter is, superior in status than the status of property.
You know, I think, Dr. Swamy sir, the point that you make, I think, is very clear. And somewhere there has to be a message for a lot of people who never wanted a verdict, who never wanted a resolution, who only wanted the pot to keep boiling because, it suited their political interests, to be sure, Do you believe that delay brigade today also gets a befitting response when the CJI and the bench makes it very clear? Finish your arguments and expect a verdict.
Yes, correct. And this will raise the reputation of the Supreme Court sky high in the minds of the people. People anyway had always faith that there's only one place this can be settled, and that is the Supreme Court. And so this is where we are today, and the Supreme Court has, the judges have spent so much time. I mean, you don't know the load these judges, the Indian judges, and especially in Supreme Court, they face. Compare that to the US Supreme Court, for example. And they've given it all that up, and they sat every day, and they heard it for the whole day. And now they're saying willing to sit on Saturday too. So I mean, this is a great act of sacrifice of their personal comforts and personal freedoms. But they are doing it for a national cause, and they will, whatever judgment they will give will be acceptable to all.
Oh yes, and before I let you go, Dr. Subramanian Swamy, now there are two ways, to the entire case. Either the mediation attempts have failed. N number of times we've attempted doing it, various, different parties, or the Supreme Court, now which will be the final word on the entire case. Do you still believe that there could be some kind of an out-of-court settlement? Do you think that there should be an attempt made as along with this hearing that will go on together?
Let me repeat and make it clear. The settlement cannot include the Hindus giving up the site where faith tells them Ram was born. If you work out a settlement around that, that is, the Sunni Waqf board agrees to shift to another place and get a masjid built for reading namaz, then they can have a settlement on how to meet those expenses, how to create roads, that kind of thing. But there cannot be a settlement where the Hindus agree to compromise on the fundamental right to pray where Lord Ram was born according to their faith.
All right, and the biggest headline, Dr. Subramanian Swamy, is the fact that there is a deadline. There is a deadline. We possibly could be looking at a closure to India's oldest civil dispute here. Thank you so much for your time, your perspective here, and the reading of the entire hearing so far. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to talking to you again as we head into a quick break.